Hi friends, let us start with today's session, that is Taro's Reward. This is a story about a thoughtful and loving son. He works hard to fulfill his parents' wishes and gets some unexpected help. This is all about a very virtuous son who was willing to fulfill his parents' wishes. A young woodcutter named Taro lived with his mother and father on a lonely hillside. All day long he chopped wood in the forest. Though he worked very hard, he earned very little money. Here the story is about a young woodcutter whose name is Taro, who lived with his mother and father in a lonely hillside. All day long he chopped wood in the forest. Every day he will go to the forest and the whole day he will cut wood. And though he worked hard, he earned very little money. He worked very hard all the day, but he got very less money for his livelihood. This made him sad, for he was a thoughtful son and wanted to give his old parents everything they needed. So, because of this reason, which reason? Because even though he worked very hard, he will get only less money. So, because of this reason, he was very sad and thoughtful. Why he was thoughtful? About his parents. One evening, when Taro and his parents were sitting in a corner of their hut, a strong wind began to blow. They were living in a lonely hillside, in a hut near to a lonely hillside. So that evening, what happened? A strong wind began to blow. It whistled through the cracks of the hut and everywhere felt very cold. It's a very big wind, no? So this wind blow through there were cracks on the hut. Okay, cracks means small breakages on the walls of the hut. So through this break or crack, the wind blows inside and they felt very cold. Suddenly Taru's father said, what said? I wish I had a cup of sake. What is sake? Sake is a popular Japanese drink. It's a popular Japanese drink. So his father wished to get a cup of sake. It would warm me and do my old heart good. He thought that if he drink a cup of sake, it could warm his body. This made Taro sadder than ever. For the heart-warming drink called sake was very expensive. Sake is a very super drink. It was very expensive for Taro to buy. But he was very sad. He is very poor guy, how he could buy this much expensive thing. How do I earn money? More money. He need more money to buy sake. He asked himself, how do I get a little sake for my poor old father? He wished if there was a little sake for his father, he could give him. He decided to work harder than before. He worked even more and more hard. He did even more and more hard work to earn more money. Next morning, Taro jumped out of bed earlier than usual and made his way to the forest. Next morning, what he did? Next morning, he woke up very early than before and he started his journey to the forest. He chopped and cut as the sun climbed, and soon he was so warm that he had to take off his jacket. So he did his work. He chopped and cut the woods. He kept on doing the work and it became noon. So what happened? He felt very warm. So he removed his jacket. Because of this heat, his mouth was dry and his face was wet with sweat. His face was wet because of hard work and heat. My poor old father, he thought. What he thought? Oh, my poor old father. If only he was as warm as I. Because his father was shivering due to the cold climate. Is it? Blowing wind. So this Taro wished that if his father also was as warm as he. And with that, he began to chop even faster. Thinking of the extra money he must earn to buy the sake to warm the old man's bone. So, because of this thought and concern means care about his father, he began to chop the wood more faster and thinking of the extra money to buy sake. Then suddenly Taro stopped chopping. What was that sound? He heard, could it possibly be rushing water? Suddenly, he heard a sound of rushing water. Taro could not remember even seeing or hearing a rushing stream in that part of the forest. He never seen that kind of a stream or river flowing through that side of the forest. He was thirsty. The axe dropped out of his hands. The axe means the tool used to cut trees and wood. So it dropped out of his hands and he ran in the direction of the sound, the rushing. He heard the sound of the rushing sound of water, no? So he ran towards the direction from which the sound comes. Taro saw a beautiful little waterfall hidden behind a rock. What he saw? He saw a beautiful waterfall hidden behind a rock. Kneeling at a place where the water flowed quietly, he cupped a little in his hands and put it to his lips. So, what he did? Kneel means rest on one or both hands. Here, see, here, like this. By rest on one or both knees. What he did? He cupped a little in his hands, like this. He cupped his hands like this and drink and put it. He cupped a little in his hand and put it to his lips. Was it water or was it sake? It's a stream, no? Definitely tasted it again and again. And always it was the delicious sake instead of cold water. What was the taste of the stream? It was of sake, not of water. Taro quickly filled the pitcher. Pitcher means, see, a pot usually made of mud. This kind of pot is called as pitcher. So he filled the pitcher he had with him and hurried home. He fastly went to his home. For what? To give this to his father. The old man was delighted with the sake. His father became very happy. After only one swallow of the liquid, he stopped shivering and did a little dance in the middle of the floor. So what was the reaction of his father? One time he swallowed a liquid and his shivering stopped all of a sudden and he became happy and he did a dance in the middle of the floor. That afternoon, a neighbor stopped by for a visit. Taro's father politely offered her a cup of tea. So that afternoon, one lady came to his house. What Taro's father did, he gave one cup of sake for that lady also. The lady drank it greedily. Greedily means selfish lady. Because she wanted more and more. So she greedily drank the sake and thanked the old man. Said, okay, thank you. She said, thank you. Then Taro told her the story of the magic waterfall. So Taro, it's very expensive, no? Sake is very expensive. So Taro explained how did he get this sake and the story behind it. Thanking them for the delicious drink, she left in a hurry. She said thank you to everyone and fastly left the home. By nightfall, she had spread the story throughout the whole village. By night, the whole villagers came to know about that Taro got sake from a stream, is it? In the middle of the forest. That evening, there was a long procession of visitors to the woodcutter's house. Procession means a long queue of crowd. They were in front of the woodcutter's house. Each man heard the story of the waterfall and took a sip of the sake. Everyone heard because that lady spread the news, no? So everyone came to Taro's house and they all wanted a sip of the sake. In less than an hour, the pitcher was empty. It was, even though it was a small pitcher, no? Taro filled the sake in a small pitcher pot, no? So everyone came to his home. He gave this to all those who came to his home, and thus in a while, pitcher was empty. Next morning, Taro started for work even earlier than the morning before. Next morning again, Taro went to the forest to cut the wood and he carried with him the largest pitcher he owned. And for he intended first of all to do to the waterfall. What he did? Before he cut the wood, at first he went near the waterfall. When he reached it, he found to his great surprise all his neighbors there. When he reached near the stream, he got surprised. Oh God, all the neighbors have been gathered there. They were carrying pitchers, jars, buckets. These people were carrying big vessels to fill the sake. Anything they could find to hold the magic sake. Because everyone were holding the biggest vessel in their house. Then one villager knelt and held his mouth under the waterfall to drink. Again, like holding the hand like this, and he began to drink. He drank again and then shouted angrily, "Liquid, water, nothing but water. Hey, this is water only. It's nothing else. It's just water." Others also tried. Others also came to the front and they also tasted the stream. But it was just water there, but there was no sake. "We have been tricked," shouted the villagers. "Where is Taro?" They were saying that it's a trick. He tricked us or he cheated us, shouted the villagers. Villagers were very angry, no? "Where is Taro? Let us drown him in this waterfall." But Taro had been wise enough, because Taro was very intelligent, is it? So what he did, wise enough to slip behind a rock. He was sitting behind a rock by watching all these activities. When he saw how things were going, he was nowhere to be found. He escaped. What he did? He was sitting behind a rock by observing these villagers. So he understood that they are getting violent, muttering their anger and disappointment. The villagers left the place one by one. One by one, the villagers left that place. They went away. Taro came out from his hiding place. Taro was hiding behind a rock, is it? Was the sake a dream? He also became confused. Was the sake a dream? He also wondered, yesterday I got sake from this dream, but today it's water. He also got confused. Once more, he caught a little liquid in his hand and put it to his lips. Again, he collected some liquid in his hands and he tasted it. What was it? It was the same fine sake. He tasted the same sake. Okay, it was the taste of the same sake that he collected yesterday. To the thoughtful son, the magic waterfall gave the delicious sake. Why? The magic waterfall gave him the delicious sake. Why sake? Why? Because he was such a thoughtful son, was such a good son. He was very much caring his parents and he was very much thinking about his parents' welfare. Is it? To everyone else, it gave only cold water. But to others, it was just a water. But for this thoughtful, very virtuous person like Taro, it feels like a sake. For him, it was the taste of sake. The story of Taro and his magic waterfall reached the emperor of Japan. The emperor also heard this story. He sent for the young woodcutter and rewarded him with 20 pieces of gold for having been so good and kind. After hearing his story, the emperor became very happy and he gave him rewards. What reward? 20 pieces of gold, having been so good and kind. Then he named the most beautiful fountain in the city after Taro. The emperor named the most beautiful fountain in the city's name as Taro. Why the emperor gave this name Taro? Because he was to encourage all the children to honor and obey their parents. Message to all the children in his kingdom to respect or honor and obey their parents. It's a Japanese story, okay? Very beautiful and a moral story. I hope that you all understood the story very well. Please like, share and subscribe my channel and press the bell icon to get the notifications. Thank you.